Arthur Powell and I are from the Math Forum in the United States. Arthur's over there. And we also have a poster hanging up in the back, if you missed some of the connections here. What we're doing in our project is making GeoGebra into a multi-user system so that people, students and teachers can collaborate online. And I want to go over what this means both in terms of users and the technology that we're developing. So we want to support GeoGebra for small teams of students working together, engaging in dynamic geometry together, so that they can actually, so they're online, they could be anywhere in the world, but when one person drags something in GeoGebra tab, then all the others see it being dragged. When one person constructs an object, all the others see it and can manipulate it as well. In addition, they can chat in a text chat system about what they're doing, about what they notice, and about what they want to do, and their hypotheses, and so on. So they can construct geometric constructions together and investigate them collaboratively, and explain to each other what they see in it, and prove things about the figures. They can even make their own custom tools and share those. So this is a picture of the environment. You can see it has basically GeoGebra here and a chat system there. So it's an online integrated environment to support collaboration in many ways. It combines the text chat with the drawing spaces, and also has other spaces for storing ideas and findings that the students make. The teachers can configure the chat rooms for different topics, activities, and tools. And there's also a lobby, a wiki, and multiple tabs for doing constructions, for explaining activity topics, and for things like help pages. So students typically enter the lobby of the virtual math teams, and students can find the different chat rooms under different activities. There's also a way for teachers to get an overview of what's going on in the group, in the classroom, and everybody can download the logs of what happened and replay the whole session. So that's all readily available to researchers, teachers, and students. So here's a typical chat room with GeoGebra exercise. To drag the triangles and see the different types of triangles that are there. To support multi-user, we have a control system so that only one person, one of the students is in control of the drawing, can add new drawings and so on at a time so you don't get conflicts. We have a variety, you can have a variety of tabs. It's a tab-based system. So you can have the GeoGebra tab, or several GeoGebra tabs, so one for the group to share, and one for each of the students to work in privately, so they can explore things by themselves, asynchronously, and then get together synchronously and explore them together. There's also a whiteboard and a wiki for asynchronous discussion and storage of their findings of the groups, as well as the synchronous chat. So here's a picture of the wiki, for instance, where different groups who have worked on the same problem can share their findings and read each other's findings asynchronously. Very important to our project, we've been developing a curriculum to explain the use of the system, how to collaborate, about geometry. Some of the exercises that we think, like the first keynote presented, are activities that present the meaning of what's going on in the geometry and give you a real sense of the power, the intellectual power of GeoGebra as a dynamic geometry system. And we also include in the exercises asynchronous and synchronous exercises, individual reflection and group discussion, and try to train the students into how to engage in mathematical discourse more effectively. We feel that learning mathematics is largely a matter of learning how to talk about mathematics. And if that's true, then it's important to put students together in groups where they can talk about mathematics and where they can develop their skills in collaboration in mathematical discourse. So we try to support that, and our curriculum is based more on exploration and less on didactic instruction, as you probably all feel GeoGebra is especially suited for that. So the reflection is supported by the chat logs that everybody can download and read them in a spreadsheet format. The wiki pages for different groups sharing their findings with each other. And then we have the replayer, in which anybody, for instance, researchers find this very helpful, to be able to replay the whole session as though it had been videotaped, exactly as it was played, or even so. It looks exactly like the regular system, but in addition, at the bottom, it has sort of VCR controls, so you can go through quickly, or you can go to one spot in the session and analyze that very carefully. It coordinates the drawing with the chat, so you can see everything that's going on in the group process. And then we have a few versions of the chat log. So in this one, each of the students is in a separate column, so you can quickly get a visual overview of how the discourse is divided among them and who's responding to whom and things like that. Very helpful for doing research. The students can also, of course, get these, and they can put them, for instance, in a Word document as a report on what their group did. And we support this all with professional development, which we're just starting, and anybody who's interested, our professional development is given. Arthur's one of the instructors at Rutgers, and we have an instructor in the School of Ed at Drexel University, and the course is completely online, so people from all over the world can take it. It's especially targeted for people who are currently teachers, and they want to get, well, they may want to get credit towards their certification, or they may just want to learn about how to use the system in their classroom. So, the professional development includes how to use the environment as a collaboration environment, how to present the materials in our curriculum, and how to encourage mathematical discourse and thinking about geometry. So if you're interested, of course this is my email and Arthur's, but here we have a description of our professional development course. It'll be beginning in September, so you can check that out and contact us if you or teachers that you work with would be interested in that. So I'd like to save the rest of the time for questions. We will also be presenting, both Arthur and I have short papers in ICME in the task number 19, which maybe a number of you will be at, so we hope to see you there, and we'll be there Meanwhile, any questions right now?